Hello, and welcome. So today, I will be making an art piece inspired by the Negmao statue. So right here, what I'm showing you is the canvas brand and dimensions. You can get any canvas and any dimension that you like. Just keep in mind, the bigger the canvas, the bigger your background will be. So more painting or the decals that you stick on, they're gonna have to be a bigger size, so a bigger printout. Just keep that in mind. So this is what I will be making. Very simple, but very bold. And as you may know from my last video, I wrap my palette in plastic, the same plastic that the canvas comes in. I just reuse it. I like doing that because it gives me more use time with my acrylic paints. As you can see, it dries out much easier on that wooden board. And also, like, cleanup is a breeze. I just take it off and throw it away. And if you have a hard time wrapping the plastic around the board or anything, you could use a folder, honestly, and just wrap it in plastic. Just tape the bottom to it. And here I am getting my acrylic paints. I'm using, of course, the typical flag colors, red, white, and blue, right? Yeah, I knew I wanted to incorporate the flag colors. I just didn't want it to be too literal, so I was like, I'm gonna ombre the background. And here I am cleaning the brush. It was a little dirty from the last project that I did. Yeah. So I'm going to start off with the white because I want the white to be white in the center. I just wanted to use the opportunity while the brush was clean to do that. Also, you'll notice that in my craft videos, I will be using this bed sheet right here. I am not working on my bed, okay? My niece watched me edit this video and was like, why are you painting on your bed? I'm not painting on my bed. I just use this sheet for any messy craft project, and I just kept it and continued using it. So here the color came out a little burgundy. I tried to add white to see if it will lighten it up, but you know, using color theory, it needs like yellow and white to give it brightness. So I just went and through my stash and found this color from Apple Barrel, which I got really cheap from Walmart. Can you believe it's called Flag Red? Like, I have to start going through my inventory before I start a project. Like, I try to grab things that I remember off memory. I didn't remember I had Flag Red. But yeah, that color is on point now, and I'm just blending it in because I didn't want to wait for the burgundy to dry. Okay, so while I work on this, let me tell you guys, if you're not familiar with the Negmao statue, it literally means Maroon Man statue. And the Maroon Men were slaves that escaped captivity in Haiti and lived in the mountains. And I know they also had Maroon Men in Jamaica and several other islands in the Caribbean. But in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, the statue is a sign of liberation and freedom. And yeah, I just thought this would be an interesting piece to do. So here I ombreed it I did the red and then the blue, and then I started in the white, and I made a mistake and went up, but that's okay, I left it. And I made another mistake. I was gonna keep the red on the brush, but it's okay. I went in with white, and then I blended up. See, that's what I should have did. I should have went in with white, started in the middle, blended down. Go in with clean my brush, go in with the white, and blend up so it doesn't affect the white. But I'm okay with the way it looks. It doesn't bother me. So these are my printouts that I got from Google. Literally typed in Haiti and just got an image that was blank. And I also put in Negmawon silhouette, and this is what I came up with. Now, I don't know what's wrong with my printer, but it printed out like that. The one on the left I'm going to use as a reference. I was originally going to put it on cardstock and use that gold bronze Sharpie you see on the right hand side there to do those white highlighted areas just to match the background. I didn't like where it was going, so I said, you know what, this was supposed to be easy DIY and I'm making it complicated anyway. So I said, you know what, we're gonna print it out and paint over it like a stencil. Yep, that's what I did. Now here I taped the country onto this vinyl paper I got at Michael's in the Cricut section. And now my canvas is dry and I can start gluing stuff onto it. And right now I'm just placing where I want everything to be. That way once the glue is on, I can just put it on the canvas without any hesitation. So I'm trying to figure out what proportionally looks good. I like this right here. And then I noticed, like, as I was cutting, my nails was digging into the paper and kind of make it look wrinkled. I was debating if I went to Mod Podge it and put some gold glitter, but it didn't bother me too much, so I left it as is. It's so shiny when the light hits it that the reflections take away from all those dents. So I'm using E6000 glue. And make sure you get every nook and cranny of the outline, but don't put too much now because it'll ooze out. What I do is I squeeze a little bit and then I use the nozzle to spread out the glue. And then I'm using this clean, dry sponge brush to just smooth out the product, the glue. I use it to smooth it out, make sure everything's there, because we're not lifting. We are not lifting. When this is done, this is done. Ain't no going back and no, it's done. Okay, so we're not lifting. Just want to give a nice firm press. There we go. And no glue spilt out. Very nice. So yeah, I was debating what I wanted to use, but I was like, nah, I'll just use this one because I can use the left hand side for a better reference. Put some glue on that paper. And this is regular printer paper, by the way. Making sure where it's gonna fall is exactly where I want it to be. There we go. And now I'm using a dry brush and acrylic paint, no water, because this is printer paper. The water could make the paper like crumble up. Yeah, and this will take a little bit of time because you have to use a little more paint for pigment payoff because there's no water to smooth out the product. But it's okay because the finished results are so worth it. So yeah, I start off with doing the highlights. I don't know, I just personally always like to start with the lighter colors, and also I feel like to get a better payoff for the white, if I started with black, I would have to wait for the black to dry and then go in with white. I don't know, in my mind that's what I think, so this is how I did it. But whatever floats your boat, I'm pretty sure I'll sew out the same. And you can do this with like any country. You don't have to just do Haiti. Like if you have multiple ethnicities, you know, you can do different countries, do a signature statue, a signature flower, anything. I went in there and filled that in. And I don't know what kind of shell it is that he's blowing into, but I want to say it's a conch. I don't know. I think it's conch because Haitians love lumpy. Any like wedding, like pivotal event, there's always conch meat. I don't eat it. I'm very particular about food in general, especially seafood. Especially seafood. But everybody loves it. Like, people who aren't even Haitian always ask me, like, oh, is your mom gonna ever make conch? If she ever does, can you bring me some? I'm like, I don't eat that. But okay. But yeah, it's weird. I look at fish sometimes and it could look so delicious, like have like a nice glazed sauce, and I just cannot bring myself to eat it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just weird like that. So here I'm just taking a white paint and just making a border, because when I was done, I wanted him to stand out more. I don't know how to explain it. He just was not popping, and the statue was supposed to be the main piece, you know? So I decided to highlight it, or not highlight, trace it in white. And I like the outcome. I like what it looked like. Again, thick amount of paint. And then just to make them complement each other, I guess, I decided to do a black border around the country, just so they had like a similar style. Okay, then I was originally gonna stop right there, but then I'm like, it's just so empty. So I went in with some palm trees. So I did like the branches of the trees, and then I used the brush and made the leaves fall down, literally just making lines going down, and then on top of the branch curving up and then down. So this is going down, then I go on top, up and down. I don't know if that makes sense. I may do a tutorial on how to just draw palm trees on their own, but they're very easy. And honestly, if you feel like you're gonna mess this up, print it out, draw over it, okay? Draw over it, put your background in between the leaves, make it work, get creative, like, make it work, because this is really easy. I didn't draw nothing from scratch at all. And if you don't have a printer, there's different ways you can get the image onto your canvas. I will make a separate video for that actually, because I didn't always have a printer and I had to get creative on different ways to transfer the image onto the canvas. Now here I am, I'm doing a full palm tree on this side because I'm a Libra, and this was just not sitting well with me. It was not balanced. Like, the right side was so heavy and busy, and I was like, I gotta balance this out. Let's do another palm tree, but this one's gonna be bigger, just to, you know, balance it out, you know. It just wasn't. I had to do something, and I liked the little something that I did. And you could do a different background. You could do like a sunset and a beach with palm trees in the background. It doesn't have to be the literal flag colors. This is just what I chose to do. Like, I really encourage you, if you do make this, I really encourage you to, you know, try something different in the background. It doesn't have to be literal. And if you do make this, even if it's the same exact thing, go ahead and tag me on IG, okay? At Augie_did_that. Okay? I gotta figure out a way to like do better because like my hands in a way. I gotta do better at showing you how to draw palm trees. If I could have drawn it with my left hand, I would have, but or move the camera to the other side so you can actually see, you know, something other than the back of my hand. But I guarantee you, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better, okay? I promise. Just go in and touch up anything that needed to be touched. Like the border wasn't thick enough that I did around this, so I noticed the paint was dried. So I took the opportunity to add more acrylic paint. No water, right? Because the glue's still drying. We didn't want a reaction. So yeah, this is the finished look, and then I put gold tape around the canvas as well. I just feel like it mocks like a canvas frame. I don't know if you ever try to purchase a canvas frame, but they are expensive. I mean, tell me I didn't draw that on. Look. No one would even know that I just glued that on there and painted up. No one would know. But look at the gold, right? Nice. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, please go ahead and subscribe, okay? I don't want you to miss out. Like I said, I am going to do better. You will miss out. Go ahead and subscribe.